As a kid, I used to get beat up a lot and bullied a lot, and it's one of the reasons I became a doorman, because I had something to prove to myself.
It's the same, absolutely same reason. So, most people.
The only thing that's really important, if you're watching these videos, you're probably one of those people that's trying to learn how to fight because you've been to bad experiences, you want to get above it. So this is my advice to you that you have to know, and this is really important. When you come against a guy like this, if you're not a seasoned fighter, if you haven't done this 200 times plus, okay, you will experience something which is physiological that you will interpret badly if you don't know about this. When you see a guy this size comes to you, your body knows that something bad is going to happen. You will be on the fence. It's fight or flight, okay? Normally, if you don't have experience, you'll be more into the flight, and you'll feel like, oh my God, I feel weak, my knees are shaking, I feel weak. What that is basically a physiological reaction that all mammals and all animals have. The blood is leaving your surface muscles to your core muscle, which will give you real strength, okay? Don't think you're a pussy. In your head, you'll find, oh my God, I was fine. Now it's time to act up, and I feel like a bitch, and my knees are shaking, and I feel like if I was hit, it would kind of look like this, okay? That's normal. Everybody feels that. Everybody feels that. The toughest, biggest guys feel that. The trick is to learn this. The same reaction that will cause you to feel this way, it will give you extreme strength if you just jump over on the other side of the fence. So what I'm telling you is just, when you're faced with a big attacker like this, the last thing you do is to feel bad and attack yourself also. So if you feel like a pussy, it's normal, everybody does. You will feel your body is weaker, it's actually much stronger, you just don't know it yet. Like you will feel weaker and less confident, and you feel like, even sometimes like you want to piss in your pants. Like sometimes during the bike career, if you come with somebody that's doing drugs with a gun and stuff, you're already scared in the beginning, you feel very weak. It's like, everybody's like that. And whatever you train the boxing, you feel, oh fuck, I don't remember it all. You're not supposed to remember it. Just remember, have faith in yourself, you'll be surprised, and roll with the punches. Don't have a scenario, don't think it's perfect. Like, just humble yourself down, you'll be humbled down. If you don't feel this fear, you probably won't fight good that day. Because the biggest stupidity you can do is like, I'm gonna drop this fool. You know how many people thought they were gonna drop me and like, they went into the ambulance? So that's the thing. If you feel this feeling, which is the pussy factor, it's really important. Don't be scared, don't hate yourself. At that moment in your head, I would be like, fuck, it's time to act up, it's time to be tough, and I'm scared, I feel like a pussy. You're beating yourself up before even the guy starts beating you up.
Awesome.
You have to be confident, everybody feels this way, and just get your breathing in, get your oxygen up, and whatever happens, happens. That's the way it is.
Absolutely, man. And you can't do anything about that prior to a fight. And the more you fight it, the more you're gonna fight with yourself. And you know, it's part of the adrenaline dump, and it's part of the feeling you're gonna get prior to a fight. And it's easier for you to accept it. And again, like if you're watching this DVD, you're watching these videos, and you're a fighter who's never been into maybe one fight in his life or two fights in his life, you can experience this as a very traumatic first time, a very traumatic ongoing experience. I remember the first time I got into a fight, and by the time I was working at the clubs and I was fighting maybe 1 or 2 times per night, by the end of like my years of working in the clubs, I actually managed to control my breathing, to stay more calm, to actually be able to, even if I was nervous, to actually not show it at all, to actually be able to hide it and look calm versus getting more nervous. And I remember one of the first big fights I got into a club, I was actually screaming as a bouncer, and I panicked, and I'm trying to scream, get him, man, I'm trying to act all tough, because really I was afraid inside, because that was my reaction, because it was the first time I was in a real huge brawl where actually somebody was gonna get hurt. By the end of that, my body was used to it. When I was here, Nick, come downstairs, there's a fight, I would go downstairs, boom, my adrenaline would skyrocket. In a couple of seconds, I would make a decision what I had to do without even thinking, because my body was so used to it, I was so trained to it. So it's something that you're gonna experience for sure.